What's going on, y'all? St. Pipe here, aka Black Native. I'm feeling real good today, but I want to know how you doing. Good? All things working for your good? That's good, family. All things working for mine as well. Thanks for asking. This is my favorite part of the day. Today's video, I'm just going to share with y'all a story and a lesson, okay? Before we get into the story, this is a very good community. If you would like to subscribe and become a part of the community, you would be a Black Native. A Black Native is someone who is either a complete being or someone who is actively working towards becoming a complete being. The reason why I say black, it has nothing to do with race. Again, all of the colors of the chakras, when equal together, when combined and unified, they equal a darkness, a black. That black energy, that pure energy, the energy of the womb, the same energy and comfort you feel when you sleep and you close your eyes. That connection, all right? You always are encouraged to stick to the end of the video, watch it all the way through to get the maximum resources from this video, all of the lessons and all of the content. Okay, if you like the message, you can share it. That's cool as well. So here goes the story. One time, I was going to my mom's house. All right, my mom actually lives in a neighborhood. It's not the worst neighborhood, but it's not the best neighborhood. It's a pretty good neighborhood most of the time, but sometimes they have like shootouts and sometimes people get hurt. But it's one particular day, I decided to pray this prayer that my mom sends us all the time for us to be protected, but not only for us to be protected. This time I prayed to be invisible to danger, to be invisible to principalities, to be invisible to things and people, all kinds of beings that may seek to harm me or come against me. All right, that was my prayer earlier that day. Okay, now I pulled up to my mom's house. I backed in, and I make music. I love music. I listen to music, and some of my some things that I like to do in my spare time is just to listen to different kinds of music, especially when I'm in a car. I like my sound system, so I just listen to music. So I parked, and I'm bobbing my head. I'm listening to music. I'm doing that for like 5 minutes. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling protected. I'm just feeling good. It's one of those days. All right. I hop out of the car after like maybe 5 minutes. Now, mind you, I backed in, so the way I backed in, I'm facing the street. I can see my neighbor's front yard. I can see on both sides my neighbor's front yards. I can also see what's in front of me. There's nobody on the street. There's no cars. There's nothing. It's like if this was in a Western movie, there would be a big tumbleweed coming across the road. Like, it was so empty. No one was outside, right? So after like 5 minutes of listening to the music with the door open from my vehicle, I hop out, I walk inside. As soon as I close the door, I hear gunshots. Bop, 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 bop. All right, and I hear return fire. La, 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 la. Now, this sounds as if it's right in front of the house. It sounds actually as if it's in a driveway. Now, it was so close that it made me think that I could have been hurt. Like, I could have been shot. Like, I literally, as soon as I walked in the house, y'all, I closed the door, there's gunshots. Like, it sounds like right in front of the house. And I thought to myself, I didn't see anybody outside. I'm like, I went to talk to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I didn't see nobody outside. I didn't hear anything. When I was outside, it was quiet. No one was outside. No cars were even driving on the road. And as soon as I walk inside, there's gunshots right in front of the house. Like, there was nobody there. Like, I'm serious. Now, I know some people might say, just because you didn't see anyone, don't mean nobody was there. Okay, and true, and you might be onto something, even though you may intend to resist this message, but you might be onto something. All right, listen to this. So it's been a while. It's been a long time I've been thinking about that. I'm talking about this happened like 6 months ago, maybe 5-6 months ago, in the middle of the summer, and I never talked about it really. But I've been pondering on it. Like, God, I was praying for protection. I mean, protection can come in so many forms. But yeah, I prayed to be invisible. I prayed to be invisible so that danger and harm and basically temptation and derailment would not see me, let alone come against me and hurt me. All right. But it seemed like you made the opposition, you seemed like you made the threat invisible. And that's the opposite of what I asked. And I'm thinking about, did I pray in some kind of way that made it happen backwards? Or, because I believe what we say is spells. I believe that everything we say, whether you believe in witchcraft or witches or golems and ghosts and ghouls and all this Halloween stuff, wizards and warlocks, I believe everything we say is a spell, because we don't necessarily have to speak to communicate. There's sign language, there's body language, there's also telepathy, all right, which I believe is the purest form of our physical communication. But anyway, I was like, Yah, what's going on? Yahweh, is it something that I did? And I've got no answers for a long time. I've gotten no answer, but I knew that was an answer. See, sometimes you can't give up just because you don't get the answers, y'all. Be patient, man. We live in this life for a long time. I mean, you got to look at it. 50 years old, most animals in the wild don't even live like 30 years. And we think 50 years old is dying young if you pass away in your 50s. So we got a long time to learn these life lessons. So I was just patient. I let it go. Well, tonight I just finished training one of my clients. If you don't know, I'm a fitness trainer, personal trainer. I also do group sessions. I just love working with my body and helping people to improve their lives. That's the whole reason I started this channel, and of course this video is to help others, because I know what I'm teaching already. I know what I'm teaching already, so it's not for me to benefit. And most people don't get famous for philosophy and teaching while they're doing it. They usually get famous after a long time, and people start to catch up and see what they were talking about. But I started this channel because of that. So I was talking to him, and after we finished our session, we're in the parking lot, and I'm like, yo, I remember I started telling him the story, and it clicked. Like, as I was speaking, it was like I no longer was speaking, and Yah started to teach both of us, me and him, through my mouth, through my body. And he was saying, basically, the reason why I made you invisible, I made them invisible to you, is because if you would have seen people, then you would have seen the potential. You would have seen the possibilities. You would have seen them. And once you see them, then they are real. Remember, what we focus on and what we pay attention to and what we witness, that makes up our reality. What we feel, smell, hear. Like I said, I didn't hear anything when I was outside. It was that quiet. It was so quiet. It was unusually quiet. This is a very lively neighborhood. Like there's parties, there's constantly stuff popping off, there's things happening, and it was quiet. It was quiet and nobody was outside. He was like, this is what Yah said. He said, I made them invisible to you. Even they were there. First of all, he confirmed, no, people were there. Everything was going as usual in the neighborhood, but you were blind to it, and I made you blind to it. Not blind in general, but just blind to the people and the things that were going on. Because if you would have witnessed it, right? If you would have witnessed these people, there's no possible way you could have been invisible to them. Why? Because you would have focused on it. And once you would have focused on it, you would have recognized it. All right, you would have given life. You would have animated it. It would have been alive. And if it was alive and real to you, then it would have been able to manifest you. And if it manifested you and focused on you, then you could have been a subject of the harm. You could have been a part of this situation in a way that you did not plan to, intend to, or desire to be a part of it in that way. You know, it could have been bad. So the reason why I was not able to witness the people who were obviously there. I mean, as soon as I walk in the house, they're shooting in front. They're shooting where I parked. Like, it's right there. Like, I can't. There's no way I can emphasize that enough for you to believe it if you don't already believe it. And I'm not here to believe you. To make you believe me. That's not what I'm about. I'm just sharing with you a lesson and something that's deep. Now, I'm not done. I'm going deeper into this. All right. The reason why Yah made me invisible, made those people, made all of those people invisible to me, is because if I would have seen them, then it's like me acknowledging them. And once you acknowledge things, they become real. They become real. And once they become real, because what you think about, you attract, and what you focus on, you manifest. Once they would have become real, then they would have been animated, and they could have witnessed me, and then I would not have been invisible to them. If I was not invisible to them, if they were not invisible to me, basically, then it would allow me to focus on them, possibly, most likely, because I always pay attention to my surroundings. And then if I would have focused on them, there's no way I could have been invisible to them like I prayed, because I would have made them real to me, and it would have been very possible for me to be in that incident. What's so deep about this? Well, this goes so far. When you think about Adam and Eve, Adam, mankind, Eve, life. When you think about Adam and Eve in the garden, right? They said they ate of the tree of knowledge, the knowledge of good and evil. That's what a lot of people say. Let me tell y'all this. It did not say Adam and Eve was dumb. It didn't say they didn't know anything. It didn't say they were not smart. The Bible never said that. So when people try to go that route and say, well, they ate of the tree of knowledge, knowledge of good and evil, it made them smart, and God didn't like that. No, that's stupid. All right, I'm just gonna come out, because the Bible doesn't say that. The Bible doesn't say that, so you can't just put that in there. It said they ate of the tree which gave them knowledge of good and evil. Good and evil. It didn't say they didn't already have the knowledge of good. It did say that it gave them the knowledge of good and evil. They witnessed, they experienced evil. They experienced good and evil. Evil was already in the world. Just like those people who were on my street with the guns about to have a shootout, where they were already there in front of my driveway. They were already there. I did not witness them or experience them. I didn't acknowledge them. They were not there to me. I was blind to them. So because I was blind to them, none of their attacks existed, because they didn't exist. So when we talk about Adam and Eve, evil didn't exist to them. Only good and peace and love existed to them. That's why they abided in Eden. They resided in paradise. It was a state of mind, because evil didn't exist at all. God made evil invisible to them so that they could be invisible and protected against evil. It's not always about, God make me strong so I can overcome this temptation, and please make me powerful so I could defeat these evil principalities. Sometimes all Yah says, look, I'm gonna allow you to not even know it's there. Why you think they say hear no evil, see no evil, do no evil? Hear no evil, see no evil, do no evil. Why do they say don't hear it? Why is it bad for you to hear it? Because if you hear it, then it becomes real. You're experiencing it. Then you will manifest it into your life. If you see it, the same thing. So God sometimes, Yah sometimes, whoever you say, I say Yah, Yahweh, Yah. I don't believe in God, or however you say it. I don't like using that word. But the great I am, man, the great I am, my one true creator. Sometimes things will be withheld from you. Certain experiences will be very discreet when it comes to you. You will not experience things, hear things, see things, taste things. just so y'all could keep them away from you. It's good for you not to witness certain things, because if you do, then it'll be real to you. Then you'll manifest it into your life. Why you think people that watch reality TV show all day have those same problems in their own lives? Why do you think they put TV on? It's because you're gonna manifest it in your life. People talk about programming. That's programming. Why you think when you're in the hood, there's a high statistics that you're gonna end up in the hood or end up like the people in the hood, poor or a victim of a crime or committing a crime? It's the same thing. So y'all said, you know what? Stay away from this tree. Don't eat of it, because guess what? Once you do, you'll be witnessing evil, and once you witness evil, it'll witness you, and then it'll focus on you because you're focusing on it. That's what we talking about, y'all. Is deep. It's so deep, but it's really simple. But I learned that lesson. It's something I have to share with y'all. Just the black natives, all right? Y'all black natives, y'all advanced beings. The reason you even clicked on this video, the reason you subscribed, the reason that this video was attractive to you and you were attracted to it, is because y'all is ready for you to learn. There's something that goes like this. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the lessons are ready and available to that student. Well, y'all are ready. This is something that needs to be said. So let's pray sometimes, instead of just saying, God, make me strong, protect me. Say, yeah, make things invisible to me. Make me invisible to these things. Because if they don't exist to me and I don't exist to them, then we can't encounter one another. And we won't recognize if we do anyway, because we don't exist to one another. Let's do that as a people, instead of trying to be big, bold, strong warriors all day, all the time, which is impossible to be like that all day, all the time. Let's just sometimes be sublime with our protection. Let's coast through life and let things happen in a flow-like manner. You got me? For real, let's do this. This is some high-level stuff. You don't gotta be big, bad, and strong and tough and fighting everybody and fighting all these demons and getting over addiction all on your own, and then you can't go to the club. And sometimes you just have to say, yeah, let it not exist to me. Make me invisible to these temptations, to these tempting habits, to all of this. Make me invisible to it, and make those things invisible to me. And that's what I learned. So that the deep part is, that's why Adam and Eve happened. That's why they got kicked out. It's not that they got kicked out. It's that once they recognized evil, there was no more paradise. They saw, oh shit, there's no such thing as paradise. Because now we see all of these evils around us that been around us the whole time. It's not like all of a sudden evils was unleashed. No, because darkness was already on the earth before Adam and Eve even got here. Read Genesis, it's in there. It says the darkness was already there. And then he made light. So, and sin was already there. Sin already had happened. That's why Lucifer was kicked out, because he committed sin. And then he sent him down to earth. So the sin was already on earth. So I don't think it's healthy to think that Eve created sin. And she did not create sin or unleash sin. Sin was already there, but they were so pure and they were so favored and protected by Yah that they didn't even witness the evil that was going around them. And then the evil couldn't even touch them. They were so pure and they were so invisible to it, and it was so invisible to them. And that's all, man. That's straight up, that's how it go. I love y'all, man. St. Piper here, aka Black Native. This is going farther than we think. A lot of people want to talk about the Antichrist. The Antichrist, look, man, he using this against people. Like I said, television, all of these different distractions. Y'all don't see the evils. And then he presents you with the evils, and you don't know what, you get overloaded with it and attacked by it, and it gets, not you, but it gets people. People are living through life not noticing things, which is good. but they also not spiritually protected. It's not like they praying to Yah to be invisible and they praying to Yah to be protected. A lot of people don't ever pray for months until they get into a jam. But they go through life and they're oblivious, and then the shaitan, the evil one, he says, look, you know what? These things do exist. And then once they witness it, and those things witness them, then the harm and the disease and the addiction and the stress and the depression, all of that overloads them. It gets onto them, and these people are like, what happened? What's going on? They have no connection with Yah. So again, that's the biggest thing, man. That's a new technique for somebody. Somebody out there gonna start using this, and they're gonna start seeing Yah work in very, very graceful ways, keeping them safe, changing their habits, bringing peace to them. Pray to be invisible to certain things, and Yah just may make those things invisible to you. Most likely, you're going to be invisible to those things, and they're going to be invisible to you, and your life will be a lot better. Love y'all. Peace. Have fun.